So as you can see here, we're just after starting to listen for any children that are being added. And every time something is being added, we take a snapshot of it. Now, one of the things to add about this is that we already have children added. And this also works for when the children is added. So we can see here that there's already some children added here, and in here, and in here. So there's loads of children already added. But if you had more being added as well, your JavaScript is now listening for these children being added as well as the ones that are already there, and it keeps taking snapshots of them. So what we mean by a snapshot, it's a bit like having a camera and now taking a photo of the data. So when you take a photo of the data, then we're going to deal with this function snapshot and deal with how we get the data back here into our web page. So to deal with the returned data, or data snapshot as we call it, data snapshot object. So as I say again, what is happening each time is kind of like goes in here to temp readings, takes a snapshot, like a photo of this data, sends it back to your live website when you've clicked your button, and now here we need to deal with this. So in here I'm going to create a function, call it snapshot, for this return data, and the first thing we're going to do, because you're actually getting data being passed back, you're getting data being passed back here, and that's a keyword, data. So now we're going to put in here the data that comes back. We're going to convert the data to JavaScript object notation so that the JavaScript can understand it. So to do that, I'm going to use this let. In JavaScript, when you're naming variables, you must have this little keyword let used first. So let Firebase temp data that you're getting back, that variable be equal to, so data.value. So long and short about it here is the data that is coming back, you want to grab that value and you want to shove it in a variable or assign it to a variable, Firebase temp data. Then what you want to do is you want to target the particular, the value part. So remember, you've got a key and you've got a value, and you want to target that value part, which is the temperature, in a variable also. You can do this all in one line, but it's just very complicated and very messy. So what we do here again is let, I'm going to call it temperature here, equal Firebase. So this fella up here, Firebase temp data, where the data has come back and we've shoved it into that variable, temp data dot temperature. Now it's very important that you call this correctly. So what name did we have up here for our key? Now our key is called temp, so we're going to have to change that here to temp. So this is what actually targets, this fella here is what targets the key name. So it targets the key name there, temp. If you've that called something else, you must change it accordingly. So then we want to populate the text area element on our page dynamically. I'm just running out of a little bit of room there, so bring that up here, and we're going to go, okay, using our document object model, we're going to say document get the element by ID. And so what is that ID? And remember I told you earlier that this was going to be very important and play a part. The ID for our text area is called all temp. So we're grabbing that fella now and we're saying, we'll put him in here with our quotes there, all temp, grab him, and we want to put in values, and each value we put in, we want to make sure that it goes in on a new line, and I think that should be pretty much it. So let's run that. Let me get errors here now because I'm sure I've pressed something wrong. Let's refresh this page. Let's click retrieve temps, and I've got nothing back yet. So let's see if in the next video if I have any errors.